What is going on, Neon Nation? Welcome back to the Neon Arcade for your weekly Cyberpunk 2077 news update. Today we're wrapping up all the details from the Tokyo Game Show, including some exclusive new game and gunplay, a hidden tribute to the late Kobe Bryant, a first look at Saburo Arasaka, some exclusive new screenshots, and more. We also have a really awesome giveaway, so make sure you stay tuned till the end to find out about that one. As always, grab a display for 15% off with the link in the pinned comment. First up, let's take a look at some of the latest images and screenshots shared to CD Projekt Red's Japanese Twitter account. Some absolutely stunning shots of the city here, mainly at night, with all the neon-drenched eye candy you could ever want. They also shared a couple more pictures on another post with everyone's favorite NPCs Judy Alvarez and Jackie Wells, as well as this updated shot of the Trauma team from the 48-minute demo. Contrast this with the 2018 one and you have a pretty drastic jump over the last 2 years. Let me know which one you guys prefer in the comments. Just going back to Judy for a second, according to the Japanese CDPR devs, Judy does play an important role and your first encounter with her will not be your last. Finally, the CDPR Japan page shared a render of Saburo Arasaka, the mastermind of Arasaka Corp, who still reigns at the top of the corporation in 2077. Saburo will only speak Japanese in the game, which speaks to his loyalist nature. We've seen Saburo Arasaka in some propaganda films in the Gig trailer, so it should be interesting to see his role in 2077 and how he's still living at 158 years old. Something tells me the Relic or Immortality prototype ship may be at play here. Next up, let's get into the Tokyo Game Show, where we got to see CDPR showcase Cyberpunk 2077 to its Japanese audience with a live stream featuring some of the Night City Wire trailers, as well as extended looks at gameplay and gunplay that we've seen bite-sized chunks of. If you would like to see 9 minutes of uncut gameplay featuring the Japanese localization of the game, which I have to say is fantastic, there will be a link in the pinned comment. There was also a brand new scene featuring V and Jackie in a briefing with Dexter Deshawn and T-Bug after the extraction of the Flathead bot from the Maelstrom. Really cool attention to detail here, and even things as small as Dexter's smoke, T-Bug's mannerisms, and Jackie's restless leg syndrome that really do open your eyes to how nuanced your interactions with the people of Night City are going to be. Going through the gunplay, we jump from using the Genesis rifle in the Maelstrom layer to this updated shootout sequence. Check this out side by side to the 2018 version, and the atmosphere is much darker and the movement of the player more chaotic since he's not using a reflex booster. There is a brief moment where we do see a high-powered DMR, which we see a variant of later on being used against Royce before some additional shootouts in a Valentino's bar and versus some raids in the Badlands. Moving on, we have a pistol dishing out some thermal damage, lighting this Valentino on fire, and if you like katanas, we have a face-off against a Tiger Claws member as bullets fly all over. Getting into some of the next segments, we have our first look at a Gen 2 Arasaka Katana, as well as some sword animations taking on some more claws in yet another bar. We also have our first look since the Gangs trailer of the player wielding Sasquatch's hammer. We also have this Arasaka member sporting some thermal mantis blades, attacking us as we remove a cable from the back of someone's head, and we finish the new gameplay segment with an extended 1v1 boxing match against a Juiced Up Animals member. All in all, really intriguing little extended tidbits, and if you caught a small change in the braindance scene from the extended Judy Alvarez footage, we also get a glimpse of a nice little homage to the late Kobe Bryant in the form of a tattoo of his jersey number. Before we jump into our next segment, check out this side-by-side posted on a Reddit by user Alextor showing just how drastically the same location in the city will look depending on the weather effects. On the top we have sunny, dusty Pacifica, and on the bottom, corrosive acidic rains have swept through the region. Weather effects are something I've been really looking forward to seeing, and after some recent news that the Badlands will also feature storms, I've been hoping to see some examples. Next up, we have some more details, again via the Tokyo Game Show, which has been translated by IGN, featuring Hiroshi Sakakibara, Environment City Coordinator at CDPR, who is responsible for the visual appearance of Night City. He mentions that the environmental art team is split into 3 smaller groups: the quest location team, in charge of creating locations for quests together with game designers, a team that creates small-scale items like furniture and garbage cans, and the city team led by Sakakibara, which helps design the streets, buildings, and bigger pieces of infrastructure. Like many of the other devs in the past, his favorite district seems to be Japantown, which is an area that can be accessed by a canal and feels like a futuristic valley. He also mentions that when getting off an elevator at certain floors in skyscrapers, you can see details like terrace seating, kiosks, people hanging their clothes, drones carrying goods, and more. Seems like director Adam Badowski has also repeatedly told the team over the span of development that, quote, "An environment filled with things that look futuristic is not cyberpunk, but is simply science fiction. What makes Cyberpunk special is how it combines retro and futuristic elements. Moving right along here, we have some collaborations from CDPR with the Good Smile company to create a ton of products in the future, including a Johnny Silverhand statue, as well as an amazing collaboration with Super Groupies to create clothing and accessories. I am a huge fan of this minimalistic and classy style Super Groupies is going for with their Cyberpunk branded merchandise, and this really is a breath of fresh air compared to the more gamery merch options out there. This is actually something I would wear outside and not feel like I'm a walking billboard. Finally, onto the giveaway, and if you guys remember, I was involved in a segment of the Cyberpunk 2077 ARG with the community podcast members, where we also got some 2077 goodies to do with as we pleased. I did intend to give those away at that time, but never ended up doing so with 52ish days left till Cyberpunk 2077, I wanted to create a small contest. This giveaway will include the tote bag from CDPR, as well as the goodies inside including exclusive stickers, some pins, and a lanyard. Along with that, Display did send me some of these larger Cyberpunk 2077 pieces when I did partner with them, so I also wanted to give one of these away in the process. This is going to run for 2 weeks guys, in which I will announce the winner in a separate video. Now as for the rules, all you have to do is show me your epic Cyberpunk 2077 setup. Snap a picture of your 2077 setup in all its glory and post it to Twitter with the hashtag #TheNeonArcadePC. The craziest and or my favorite setup will win the prize pack, and again this contest will end on October 12th. The winner will be announced in a reacting to your PC setup video, so there's the added bonus of being featured in future content. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and for more Cyberpunk, join Neon Nation by subscribing to the Neon Arcade.